Good morning, America. The wintry blast, the heavy snow, and deep freeze as millions head home after Thanksgiving, ready for the Black Friday rush. Cold blast. Temperatures set to drop across the country. More than 12 million across 9 states under freeze alerts as lake effect snow blasts parts of Michigan and New York, dumping several feet in the Northeast.
Heading home, the TSA bracing for its busiest day ever as we learn new details about the stowaway who snuck past airport workers onto a flight from New York to Paris. How she remained undiscovered for hours. The investigation now underway.
Massive barrage. Russia escalating attacks on Ukraine, leaving more than 1 million people without power and in the cold.
Ready, set, shop.
It's finally the best time of the year, Black Friday.
Millions joining the shopping frenzy. The must-have for the Swifties on your list.
How are people getting the book? Like, how many copies of the book?
And from toys to tech, we have some of the best bargains dropping this morning before you head to the stores.
NFL nightmare.
Oh, this is disaster in the making here.
The Bears seeming to throw the game away in the last moments against the Lions. The football fallout this morning.
Can I get a chee-hoo?
Or how about a ka-ching? Moana 2 making a big splash at the movies, off to a record-setting start after a big opening weekend from Glicket. Is the holiday box office set to roar this year?
Live in Times Square, this is Good Morning America.
Good morning, America. We hope you had a great Thanksgiving. I am here with Gio and Whit. Hope you had a good one.
Still feeling it this morning, that's for sure.
Pie still in my teeth.
Oh, we love it. Okay, well, guess what? It is a different holiday for some of us today. It's Black Friday.
Yeah, and our sales guru, Becky Worley, is monitoring all the best deals out there. She's at Macy's here in New York. Becky, what are you seeing right now?
Oh, it is hopping, Gio. People are already out there shopping. Today's the day when they know they can get their lowest discounts and feel confident. And one subset of Americans, Swifties, are primed for Black Friday. Can you imagine Swifties Black Friday? Boom! We're going to tell you where all the deals are coming up.
It's an explosive combo for sure. Becky, looking forward to that. We're also going to talk to Best Buy CEO Corey Berry, what she says are the top sellers for the season.
Also ahead here, President Biden speaking on Thanksgiving about the transition, weighing in on President-elect Trump's threat of sweeping tariffs on goods from Mexico and Canada and what that could mean for our relationship with our neighbors.
But we begin with the Black Friday freeze sweeping across much of the northern Midwest and Northeast, with plenty of lake effect snow in store as well through the holiday weekend. Sam Champion, our inside the actor's studio, Sam Champion here in his turtleneck. Good morning, Sam.
Trying to look smarter. I just need some glasses and it's all going to be achieved.
We love it.
But so our big storm that cranked up across the country yesterday and put all the rain in the places that televised parades were has now pulled out of the country, but it got stronger as it pulled away. And so look at the snow that's dropping. New Hampshire, it doesn't look like a lot. New Hampshire, we can do better than that. We need to stay on the roads. Brakes don't fully work in big snow, so drive a lot slower. Look at all the lake effect snow and even the winter storm warnings that are behind it. So when you gather up all along these lake fronts, particularly the eastern side of the lakes, if you're not familiar with lake effect snow, this very easily gets feet of snow. And we've got some places that are going to pull in like 3 to 6 feet of snow on this. So here's the 3 to 5 feet. I want you to look right under Watertown right there, which could be easily 6 feet of snow. Buffalo, we've got a big football game. How do I know? People tell me. So anyway, right under the double F right there is the stadium under Buffalo. So I think that's Orchard Park, and they're in the places that could get big hit of snow. So during that game tomorrow night, you could see 3 feet of snow falling on that football game. And so unfrozen lakes, cold winds, that's the combination for that. Gio?
I mean, listen, don't sell yourself short. You know what's going on, football or not. All right, Sammy, thank you so much. And the storm could affect the trip home for millions of Americans. Trevor Alt is here with the details on that. Hey, Trev, good morning.
Hey, good morning, Gio. So we have, of course, hit a few speed bumps because of this bad weather, but with 80 million or so Americans traveling for Thanksgiving, it has so far been relatively smooth sailing. Still, though, a big part of Thanksgiving travel is that return home, and we might have our busiest day still ahead.
This morning, millions of holiday travelers pushing through slushy November weather.
Didn't see any snow until I got here.
Lake effect snow warning stretching from Ohio to New York. As much as a foot of snow expected in Maine. And just south, pouring rain from New York City down to Philadelphia and Washington, D.C. travelers head home, TSA is expecting several busy days ahead, and Sunday could be the agency's busiest day ever, expecting to screen more than 3 million passengers.
We're extending it on the other end, so we're traveling today, we're celebrating Thanksgiving on Saturday.
And this morning we're learning new details about that stowaway passenger who slipped past a TSA ID scan and a Delta agent to sneak onto a Delta flight from JFK to Paris.
The captain, we're just waiting for the police to come on board.
Rob Jackson was on board.
She must have been hiding in one of the lavatories when we departed from JFK. And then during the flight, she was seen moving from one lavatory to another, never actually going to a passenger seat.
That woman was detained upon landing. Delta is now conducting a full investigation.
I just feel like it never should have gotten to that point where an unauthorized person was able to board an international flight.
And that passenger says most people on board were not aware of this situation until they landed, and then they had to stay on board to wait for the French police. The stowaway sparked some concerns, though, because this was multiple security failures, Gio.
Yeah, without a doubt, Trevor. And we know that the majority of Americans will be traveling home by car. So what's the best time to get behind the wheel?
You know, it's interesting, Gio, because today is the only day where the traffic is expected to be worse in the morning. Usually it's the opposite. If you're heading home today, later is actually going to be better for you. But the best time overall is going to be if you can hang out until Sunday. Take off on the earlier side on Sunday, particularly before 1 p.m.
That's right, because it's going to get very busy after that. All right, Trevor, thank you so much.
Gio, now to President Biden weighing in on President-elect Trump's threat to impose stiff tariffs on Canada and Mexico. Biden called it counterproductive, while Trump insists the move is critical to his border plan. Jay O'Brien is at Mar-a-Lago with the latest. Jay, good morning.
Yeah, Whit, good morning. President Biden pushing President-elect Trump to change his mind about that key campaign promise, a rare move just months before Donald Trump returns to the White House. President-elect Donald Trump spending his Thanksgiving at Mar-a-Lago with close confidant Elon Musk. The two seen here in this video dancing along to the YMCA with Melania and Barron both at the dinner table. It comes as President Biden has strong words for Trump, calling on him to rethink his threatened sweeping tariffs on goods from Mexico and Canada, calling them counterproductive.
We're surrounded by the Pacific Ocean, the Atlantic Ocean, and two allies, Mexico and Canada. And the last thing we need to do is begin to screw up those relationships.
The rare critique, a lame duck president criticizing his successor just months out from Inauguration Day, coming on Thanksgiving, where Biden also told reporters he was thankful for a peaceful transition of power. Tariff threats, a central theme of Trump's campaign. Trump recently promising on day one of his new administration he will enact sweeping 25% across-the-board tariffs on imports from Mexico and Canada until both countries stop what Trump claims is a flow of drugs and illegal migrants. Accounting for more than $1 trillion in trade every year, Mexico and Canada are the two largest trading partners of the U.S. The tariffs likely to fall back on U.S. consumers who could see rising costs on goods from cars to electronics to fruits and vegetables. Earlier this week, Canadian Prime Minister Justin Trudeau speaking with Trump over the phone, saying it was a good call with the president-elect, but adding this is a relationship that we know takes a certain amount of working on, and that's what we'll do. And Mexican President Claudia Sheinbaum, who's promised her own tariffs on American imports if Trump follows through with his threat, now overnight downplaying the possibility of a trade war between the U.S. and Mexico. And just days ago, Trump and Mexican President Claudia Sheinbaum speaking by phone about immigration. Trump claiming that Sheinbaum agreed to stop migrants in Mexico before they reach the border. Effectively, he says, closing the border. But the Mexican president appearing to contradict that, saying that Mexico's position is not to close borders. Whit.
And Jay, as we stand by to see how that plays out, we're also learning more about multiple bomb threats made against Democratic lawmakers from Connecticut.
That's right, Whit. At least 5 Democratic lawmakers from Connecticut, including Senator Chris Murphy, had their homes targeted with hoax bomb threats on Thanksgiving. No explosive devices were found. And this morning, the FBI, as well as state and local law enforcement agencies, conducting multiple investigations into those threats and others made against several of Donald Trump's cabinet picks this week.
Whit.
All right, Gio Bryan for us. Thank you. Rebecca?
All right, Whit, thank you. We go overseas now to the war in Ukraine. Russia launching a massive barrage across the country, targeting its energy infrastructure as winter approaches. And Vladimir Putin is warning the strikes could intensify. Our chief foreign correspondent, Ian Pannell, is tracking the latest. Good morning, Ian.
Yeah, good morning, Rebecca. That's right. I mean, Russia and North Korea essentially expanding their mutual defense pact this morning, in effect challenging the US, South Korea and Europe. The Russian defense minister, who's in Pyongyang, saying he wants to maintain the balance of power in Northeast Asia. As you say, meanwhile, hundreds of thousands of Ukrainians without power today. Russia carrying out another massive aerial attack on Ukraine's already beleaguered energy system. Putin essentially trying to crush Ukraine's power grid as winter temperatures start to plummet. President Biden calling it an horrific attack. Even the US ambassador to Ukraine forced to hide in a bunker while it was happening. Putin claiming that the attack was a response to the use of US weapons against Russia, recently approved by President Biden. But honestly, these type of attacks have been happening for well over a year. And in a warning to the US and NATO, Putin claiming that his weapons, like this hypersonic missile, are stronger than the American ones, and that he has 10 times more missiles than all of NATO combined. He's also trying to flatter President-elect Trump, who's vowed to end the war quickly, calling him a, quote, quite clever and experienced man who will find a solution. But for all the talk of peace plans, Russia pressing its war against Ukraine harder than ever as tensions grow between the US and its allies and Russia and its partners. Gio?
All right, Ian, thank you so much for your reporting. And now to banning kids from using social media. Australia passing a law affecting children under 16. Diane Macedo is here following these details. Good morning, Diane.
Good morning, Gio. So it's the world's first law to ever ban social media for children. In Australia, platforms like TikTok, Facebook, Snapchat, Reddit, X, and Instagram now have a year to figure out how to impose this. After that, they could face fines of up to $33 million if they fail to keep kids under 16 from having accounts. Australia's Prime Minister says the law supports parents concerned by online harms to their children. But Facebook and Instagram's parent company Meta says the legislation was rushed. An Australian lobbying group says the ban was passed in just a week and that no one can explain how it'll work. And some mental health advocates have also warned of potential unintended consequences, including isolating children who use the platforms to find support. Now, the ban doesn't apply to educational services, including YouTube, WhatsApp, and Google Classroom. The big question is how now they will verify a user's age, because the law states these platforms can't just require a government ID. And of course, the big question, will other countries follow suit, Gio?
All right. Thank you so much. Whit?
All right, Gio, thank you. Now to Black Friday. According to Adobe Analytics, consumers spending a record $6.1 billion online on Thanksgiving, up nearly 9%. Retailers are dropping some of their best deals of the year. Becky Worley is at Macy's in Herald Square with the latest. Becky, good morning.
Morning, Whit. Yesterday was online. Today is a mix of both. Shoppers are already out here at Macy's. And today's the day when they can feel confident they're getting the lowest prices. But the question, where are the deals?
It's finally the best time of the year, Black Friday.
It started online on Thanksgiving, and this morning the shopping frenzy goes into the real world.
We got a first look of the Target display stands for the Eras Tour book.
While doorbuster scenes are mostly a thing of the past, this Black Friday has Swifties primed for new purchases.
Some Target stores are going to have a Black Friday line and a Taylor Swift line.
Target exclusively releasing the official Taylor Swift The Eras Tour book and Music, the Tortured Poets Department, the anthology, which will be available for the first time on vinyl and CD.
How are people getting the book? Like, how many copies of the book?
But for most shoppers, the big draws are electronics, clothing, and home items.
Black Friday is coming up so quick, so here are all the deals.
Best Buy enticing shoppers with $200 off the new unlocked Samsung Galaxy phone. It was $649 and is now $449. Target going big on cozy. Carter's toddler pajama sets were $12, now $5. Also 40% off matching sleepwear and slippers. And experts say take a hard look at gift bundles.
Most retailers will have great gifting assortments, and that's coming at a very nice deal from a promotion perspective as well, where you might see 30 or 40% off.
But Black Friday options go beyond gift giving. Lowe's have some appliances more than 50% off. A top-loading Amana washing machine was $629, now it's $298. And this Whirlpool refrigerator was $16.99, now $8.99.
Now, in the lead up to Black Friday and Thanksgiving, people were asking me, can I buy those big ticket items now? And I say, hold off, except for a few exceptions. Wait until Thanksgiving and today, so now it's go time. I'll give you an example. At Best Buy, they have the Xbox on sale for $75 off, even the top of the line 2 terabyte Galaxy Black Edition. That's $5.99, but it comes with a $75 gift card from Best Buy to sweeten the deal. And then we have the Hisense U8 TV, one of the highest reviewed TVs we've seen all year, the 55-inch edition, $10.99 discounted to $6.97 at Amazon. Let the festivities begin. Today's the day when shopping is happening in full, Rebecca.
Let the retail games begin. Becky, great job. We appreciate it. Okay, we're going to turn now to the NFL after the sides. Nothing goes better with turkey than some football. And Melissa Adon joins us with the game that riled up fans the most. Good morning, Melissa.
Oh, yes. Good morning, Rebecca. It was a Thanksgiving duel on the field that we really didn't see coming. The Chicago Bears with a shocking loss and the Detroit Lions winning their first Thanksgiving game since 2016.
Look around, down the middle, and it is caught by Laporta.
It was an action-packed turkey day on the gridiron.
Here comes Jamison. Jamison hurdles. Wow, what a move.
The Detroit Lions sealing their 11th win of the season, the best record in franchise history. But it was this baffling moment from the Bears that gave Detroit the edge.
Oh, no, this is disaster in the making here.
The Bears, just 3 points behind and one timeout left, appeared to throw away the game as the clock slowly ticked down.
Completely botched at the end by the Bears.
Coach Matt Eberflus defended his decision for not calling a timeout in the final moments.
I like what we did there. I think we handled it the right way. Didn't work out the way we wanted it to.
But commentators and distraught Bear fans took to social media, calling the final moments insane and egregious. J.J. Watt echoing the sentiments of many with his post, literal coaching malpractice. Quite the game. Well, as for the Cowboys, they clinched their first at-home win against the New York Giants, and then the Packers not letting the cold freeze their offense, beating the Dolphins. Rebecca?
And Melissa, we got another big lineup today.
Absolutely. Later today, the Kansas City Chiefs go up against the Las Vegas Raiders in a special Black Friday game. Guys,
we're looking forward to it.
Absolutely. My fantasy team's looking strong already.
Oh,
a few more days to go. Thank you, Melissa. All right, coming up here, the outlook for the holiday shopping season with the CEO of Best Buy. She joins us live.
Plus, the ABC News investigation into exotic animal attractions. We're going to hear from one woman who says she was injured after an elephant wrapped its trunk around her.
And Moana 2 is massive, and fans are addicted to Glicked. We have the latest on the holiday box office.
Coming up, an inside look at one of the nation's most popular parades. Stay with us.
You and Tucker together, that is home. Now both of you go. Find your place in the circle of life.
It's going to be so good. Welcome back to GMA. That is the trailer for Mufasa, the Lion King, the new prequel chapter in the beloved story. It's looking to build on the success of Glicked and Moana 2 at the holiday box office, and we'll have much more on that ahead.
And what a story that is.
Truly.
I like how we just say Glicked now, like everybody knows. Gladiator and Wicked. Glicked.
They got married.
Exactly. All right, we'll have more on that coming up. First, the top headlines that we're following right now. Millions of Americans, they are heading home from the holiday facing freeze alerts in the south, heavy snow in parts of the Midwest and Northeast. Sunday could be the TSA's busiest day ever, expecting to screen more than 3 million passengers. Iga Swiatek, the world's #2 ranked women's tennis player and the current French Open champion, revealing that she has been suspended for testing positive for a banned substance. The International Tennis Integrity Agency ruled that she did not take it intentionally, but still imposed a 30-day suspension. Swiatek, in an Instagram video, said that she has cried about the situation, at times unsure if she would ever play tennis again. World Series champ and reigning MVP Shohei Ohtani hitting his former interpreter with a new legal filing to get $325,000 worth of baseball cards he says were fraudulently bought with his money. The interpreter allegedly pleaded guilty to stealing nearly $17 million from Ohtani in what prosecutors say was a scheme to pay off gambling debts. He's due to be sentenced in January.
Yeah, and we've also got an incredible survival story. A 20-year-old man found after going missing in the Canadian wilderness for more than 5 weeks. Rescue crews conducted a vast search but never found Sam Benestick, whose solo camping and fishing trip took a really terrible turn. Sam was spotted after 50 days by hikers. Just incredible right there. And we've got a lot more headed here, including the new warning about some exotic animal attractions across the country. It's our ABC News investigation, and that is coming up with
more ahead on that, Gio. But now to Black Friday, and retailers are expecting a boost. The National Retail Federation predicts holiday spending will increase between 2.5% to 3% over last year. Let's bring in the CEO of Best Buy, Corey Berry, who joins us now from a Best Buy store in Minnetonka, Minnesota. Corey, good morning to you. It's great to have you.
Oh my gosh, good morning. Thank you for having me.
So you heard those numbers there, spending expected to increase. So what are you seeing so far, and what is your outlook for Black Friday and Cyber Monday?
Yeah, we've actually seen really good demand heading into the holiday. The last few weeks have been really strong for us, and we're seeing customers who are drawn to both great values, but also drawn to some of the new technologies, some of the up-and-coming big screen TVs, or some of the new computing that we have that has AI in it. So we see a customer who's really been resilient and obviously is looking forward to a really special and joyous holiday season.
Okay, so give us the hottest deals and gift items right now.
So what's awesome is we brought back old school doorbusters. You can get them online, you can get them in the app, you can get them in our stores. You can get a Samsung 75-inch Crystal 4K TV for $549. Great deals on gaming. We have an Xbox Series X that has a 2 terabyte memory, and that is a $75 gift card with that. $400 off MacBook Pros with the M4 chip. There's literally something for everyone.
So we've been talking a lot about inflation. Obviously, it's down from where it was, but prices still high on many items. How is that impacting customers? What is Best Buy doing to combat that?
Well, here at Best Buy and in consumer electronics, actually the prices are as low as we have seen them all year long right now. And I think what we're trying to give is real value, and still you can get that amazing product that you want. You can self-gift if you want to have that XXL TV that's 98 inches big, but it's at a price point that is more accessible than anything else we've seen all year, because definitely consumers are making trade-offs. When the price of the basics is a little bit higher, they might be having looking for more of a value play for their consumer electronics. And so we're trying to make sure we have something at every single price point and have those values available for people, whatever their budget is.
And nothing wrong with the self-gift either, by the way. So is it better, though, to shop today on Black Friday, or should we wait for even better deals for some items on Cyber Monday?
There are exceptional deals today. And I think what we're trying to do is pepper amazing deals throughout the holiday season. You can actually go on our app and get flash deals every single day through our app that will be different products throughout the holiday season. But I can tell you today, you will absolutely get some of the very best deals of the season.
Earlier, we reported on the proposed Trump tariffs. With so many products coming from overseas, how do you expect Best Buy customers could be impacted by that if it were to play out?
Yeah, the supply chains in consumer electronics are incredibly complex and technical and global. And so we hope that we can work with the administration to help them understand what the impacts might be. For Best Buy, it's really interesting. We only direct import 2 to 3% of the products. So for us, it's working really closely with the vendors and the manufacturers. But for sure, if we see sweeping tariffs, consumers are going to see higher prices on these products. So our teams will work really hard. They're great at navigating this. We've done it before, but there will be impacts to the consumer.
All right, we don't have much time left, but quickly, can we get all these deals online on our phones, or is there still a reason to come into the store for exclusive sales?
Well, the deals are available everywhere, so that's the good news. But it's always so much fun to come into the store and hear from our amazing associates who actually can bring this to life in a way that's completely different. But trust me, if you want to do it on your phone, we will be there for you too.
Corey Berry, thank you so much. We appreciate it. Gio?
Thank you.
All right, a great conversation there, Whit. Thank you. Now to an ABC News investigation into exotic animal attractions. They often give people an opportunity to get up close and personal with wild animals, but some experts warn that they can be dangerous. And this morning, one woman is sounding the alarm after she says her encounter with an elephant turned dangerous. And Erielle Reshef has this story.
They're the shocking images of exotic animal encounters gone wrong.
Hey, we got trouble in here!
Watch as this camel loses control at a traveling circus, injuring 7 people in Pittsburgh in 2018. And this wild African cat attacks a toddler at a birthday party. The people shown in these videos ended up being okay. And this morning, Dana Garber speaking out to ABC News after she says it happened to her 3 years ago at an elephant sanctuary called the Endangered Ark Foundation in Oklahoma.
She wrapped her trunk around me.
This photo taken moments before Dana says the elephant was attempting to pick up Dana's father-in-law before she says it turned its sights on her.
I was being squished and held very tightly, and it still just gives me chills. I had the head injury and then the crushing of my knee.
Dana says she needed 3 surgeries to recover and ended up filing a lawsuit against the facility, which settled out of court. The foundation did not admit any wrongdoing and continues to deny Dana's claims. ABC News reviewed government records, lawsuits, and local reports to find at least 150 people over the past 10 years who have claimed that they were injured during exotic animal encounters at various facilities in the United States. Experts say this is a conservative number because there is no one agency dedicated to tracking these incidents.
Anyone who's around these animals knows that they're not controllable.
Kitty Block is the president and CEO of the Humane Society of the United States and says these kinds of interactions simply should not be allowed.
What is the concern with humans interacting with some of these animals?
Wild animals are just that. They're wild. Taking selfies with animals, getting too close in national parks, it's dangerous. It traumatizes the animal, and many times it injures the person.
Critics say these interactions can happen at places that call themselves sanctuaries or safaris. But the most concerning, they say, are roadside zoos, facilities that are poorly regulated and are not accredited by the Association of Zoos and Aquariums. And experts tell us facilities that don't care adequately for animals can lead to people getting hurt.
They're putting the interests of their customers in front of the interests of the animals.
As for Dana, she hopes her story will prompt others to think twice before visiting a facility that offers exotic animal interactions.
I almost died. I could have died. I don't want that to happen to someone else's family.
For Good Morning America, Erielle Reshef, ABC News, New York.
Wow, I mean, what a story, and thank you, Erielle, for that. But we simply cannot forget how strong these animals are.
Exotic animals,
Yeah,
they're not your friend. Keep your distance. Moana Mania, the sequel to the beloved movie, is on pace for a huge opening weekend. Whit and I are helping on that one as the holiday box office heats up, and Jacqueline Lee is in Los Angeles with more. Good morning, Jacqueline.
Rebecca, good morning. Look, the box office has struggled the last few years, but people are running to theaters with these new releases. Moana 2 at the top of the list.
Moana, show our people just how far we'll go.
This morning, Moana 2 making a splash at the box office.
Can I get a chee-hoo?
The highly anticipated sequel diving into theaters with a whopping $57.5 million opening day.
Now I kind of miss the lava monster. Ow! Ow!
What if you don't come back?
I'll be back. I promise. Moana 2 now on another mission to land the #1 spot for the 5-day holiday weekend. And experts predict it could be the biggest Thanksgiving opening in history with an estimated $175 million, besting 2019's Frozen 2.
This is why we don't play with fire. Families are back to the movies and really enjoy movie-going as part of their holiday tradition.
This weekend is on track to break box office records following the debuts last week of Gladiator 2.
You will be my instrument. Who are you?
Something has changed within me.
And Wicked.
Popular. I know about popular.
Oh, I saved you some space, by the way.
Do you really think this is fair?
I do not. I was promised a private suite.
The two films debuting last weekend for a combined $270 million.
It's all so good. And guys, get ready. The Lion King prequel Mufasa will be roaring into theaters next month just in time for Christmas. We all love a good prequel, guys.
Yes, we do. Plus, we get Beyonce with that as well. We'll take it. Jacqueline Lee, thank you so much. We appreciate it. finishing some last-minute grooming on this day here. We're back now with our play of the day. Sam Champion is back to share his highlights from the 6 ABC Duncan Thanksgiving Day Parade in Philadelphia. Now, Sam, I know that you think you're here to talk about the parade, but you actually are the play of the day.
Okay, all right.
Because this is you writing. What was it like to write atop Major Drumstick?
Major Drumstick. So this was Major Drumstick's first appearance, and there's a turkey, giant turkey, and me.
And the float.
You're right, and the float. Right, no, I'd like to change that narrative. It was a lot of fun, and it's self-driven. It can kind of like zoom around to both sides of the parade route.
I was scrolling through Instagram last night, and I see our executive producer, Simone Swing. She posted this video of you being forklifted onto the turkey.
That did happen. Well, there's no other way to get up there.
Were you thinking, like, I need this in my life?
Well, I didn't know this was going to happen.
This is the forklift?
This is
glad you got the umbrella, like Mary Poppins.
This is right, exactly, like I'm flying if you take the wrong angle. But the security team there was very concerned about my safety, right? So there was all these safety harnesses, and you had to clip and open the gate properly, and then clip and then close the gate properly. So it was a lot in a short period of time. But they were great.
And you were great. Major Drumstick and our little drummer boy. We could not be happier with that combination.
Awesome. That's good. It was a lot of fun, and I want to thank them for allowing us to have fun.
And the 6 ABC team, what was it like working with them?
You couldn't ask for a more professional team. Fantastic.
Thank you, Sam.
My pleasure.
As are you. Fantastic.
Sometimes.
Coming up, Becky Worley's back with Black Friday bargains dropping right now.
Good morning, America. It's 8 a.m. Winter blast. The deep dip in temperatures causing freeze alerts. And lake effect snow blasts part of Michigan and New York. What it means for your trip home as TSA braces for its busiest day ever. And we learn new details about the stowaway who snuck past airport workers onto a flight from New York to Paris.
Sleep and your health. A new study finds erratic sleep habits could increase your risk of heart attack. How many hours do you really need a night? Dr. Darian Sutton is right here to break it down.
Return to Wisteria Lane?
Get this show on the road.
What the creator of Desperate Housewives is saying about a reboot and what he wants to do next.
And start your shopping. We're getting into the groove of Black Friday with some of the biggest deals dropping this morning, from toys to tech, health and beauty to fashion. Becky Worley is taking us on a bargain quest, and she's saying,
Good morning, America. Peace, love, and deals, man.
Live in Times Square, this is GMA.
That was great.
Oh, good morning, America.
Yeah,
Peace, love, and deals, man. It is great to be with you on this Black Friday. Whit and Gio here at the desk with me. Becky, wow.
That's like flashbacks for me.
Flashbacks to your
my
youth.
family, we lived in a van like that when I was a kid.
But did you
bus.
find the deals that Becky Worley is going to find us? It's keeping it stress-free, very groovy discounts dropping right now.
Cannot wait for that. And we've got a new look inside the newly restored Notre Dame after that massive fire 5 years ago. So we've got that.
More on that, but first, a look at the top stories breaking at 8 this morning, starting with a Black Friday freeze and snowstorm hitting the Midwest and Northeast. Sam is tracking all of it, and Sam, you've got the turtleneck, so we know you mean business today.
It's solidly an outbreak of cold air for the eastern half of the country, guys. So that big storm that dropped all the rain yesterday did something else. Unlocked some cold air and dropped some snow behind it. Of course, you're looking at Vermont. You expect snow in Vermont, and that was beautiful. But turn on the lake effect snow machine, and I'm going to show you why these lakes are not frozen just yet. Look at all the winter weather advisories and warnings and watches that are out, including lake effect snow warnings. Now, that's pretty potent because this is a narrow stream of snow that can drop feet of snow by the time it's done. And it won't be done between now until Tuesday for some of these places. So we're looking at 3 to 5 feet of snow. I want you to imagine that coming in just a couple of days with a narrow band. Looking at 6 to 12 inches of snow in some parts of Michigan there. Look at Watertown, New York. This could be more than 6 feet of snow in one several-day lake event. So when you look at the water temperatures here, our water temperatures are in the 40s to 50 degrees. That cold, dry air is coming into the 20s over that. You can hear the sound of it pulling up that moisture and dropping it in the form of snow. Gio?
All right, I love your sound effects, Sam. Thank you so much. Now for more on holiday travel, how that weather could affect it, and that stowaway incident at JFK causing so much concern. Trevor Alt is back here with the details. Hey, Trev.
Hey, good morning again, Gio. So we're learning some new details about that stowaway from another passenger who was on board this flight from JFK to Paris. And he says that it seems the flight attendants were tipped off to this stowaway because she spent the flight going back and forth between bathrooms without ever going to a seat. The TSA says this stowaway had first slipped past their ID check podium, then went through the metal detectors, then snuck past the Delta agent at the gate to get on board this flight. And Delta is now conducting what it calls an exhaustive investigation. Now, this is all playing out as millions of Americans are getting ready to head home for Thanksgiving. It was a slow day at airports yesterday. It picks right back up today, though, and for the next several days. Sunday, in fact, might be the busiest day in TSA history. And of course, many more Americans are going to be driving, and traffic is going to be pretty heavy this morning. It should ease up as the day goes on, but Saturday and Sunday is the opposite. A lot of people hitting the highways later in the day, so the way to avoid that traffic will be to take off early, especially on Sunday, Rebecca.
Some good advice. Thank you, Trevor. We turn now to a look inside the newly rebuilt Notre Dame. French President Emmanuel Macron touring the Parisian cathedral this morning, 5 years after that devastating fire. Our foreign correspondent Tom Soufi-Burridge is in Paris this morning, and the new images coming out are beautiful. Good morning, Tom.
Good morning, Rebecca. Yeah, they're absolutely spectacular. Of a newly refurbished Notre Dame this morning after 5 years of massive reconstruction work following that terrible fire. Just have a look at the refurbished nave. It is absolutely stunning. The stonework like new, light pouring in. Ancient figurines and statues rescued from the fire looking, as the French say, magnifique again. President Macron, who set that ambitious 5-year target, going on a special tour up into what they call the forest. The wooden base of the roofing now fitted with sprinklers. Side chapels off the nave are now immaculate. The beauty simply breathtaking. Just imagine what it will look like in just over a week from now when the cathedral reopens. And guys, put it on your bucket list. I don't know about you, but I can't wait to get back inside. Wait.
Absolutely, and inspiring too. Tom, thank you so much. We appreciate it. This morning, we are also remembering Mary McGee, known as Motorcycle Mary, a female racing trailblazer who has passed away. A Hall of Famer in the sport, McGee was the first woman to compete in grueling motocross races in the U.S. and internationally. This week, ESPN released a documentary about Motorcycle Mary on its YouTube channel. Mary McGee was 87 years old.
What an icon.
Yeah,
Incredible
legacy.
story there. Okay, coming up in our GMA morning menu, the new study on the connection between erratic sleep and heart health. Dr. Darian Sutton is here to break it down.
Also ahead, peace, love, and deals. Becky Worley is vibing with a Black Friday bargain so groovy, you won't be able to resist.
Plus, we've got an exclusive look at the new Elton John documentary and the change that he made that helped the Rocket Man's career take off. And Sam is with a special guest. Hey, Sam.
Hey, it's not her first time. Kylie's been here before. So beautiful, tons of fun. But this time, Kylie Cantrall, we're going to talk about what?
The Descendants Zombies Worlds Collide Tour.
All right, that's coming up right here on GMA. Wait, Descendants and zombies together?
It's the mashup of the century.
All right, now if we could just put them in the fun box.
And welcome back here Monday on GMA. Emmy, Grammy, Tony Award winner Lin-Manuel Miranda is here. He wrote the new music for Mufasa, The Lion King. He's going to tell us all about it.
I can't wait for that. That'll be great.
Yeah.
Also, now it is time for our cover story here. Black Friday deals. We're all over it. Finding the lowest prices can feel like a very trippy experience, right? They can a little trippy, right? So our own consumer guru, Becky Worley, she's on a radical retail road trip, some might say a quest to find the lowest prices you can. And you can join us on this journey by just scanning the QR code right there at the bottom of the screen. So, Becky, what are you seeing out there, man?
Wait, man, you know, you're right. I'm on a quest, a vision quest to find peace, love, and deals. So I want us to start this journey, this road trip by reflecting on the stressful times we live in and recognize we all just need to chill out. And what better way to do that than noise-canceling headphones? Beats Studio 3, they were $159, now $89 at Walmart. Now check out this other great deal. That's right, dude, I found AirPods Pro. They were $249, now they're $153 at Amazon. Now, another way to chill out is to let all the robots do our work for us. So the Eufy robotic vacuum was a top pick from Wirecutter for their budget RoboVac, and it's on sale at Walmart. It was $249, and now it's $129. Or the top-of-the-line Roomba J7 self-emptying programmable RoboVac. Oh, yeah.
Okay.
It's just $359 at Best Buy right now, but it's been as high as $800 this year, and whoa, that's high.
Yeah, I'm actually in the market for a RoboVac. Mine keeps chasing our dog around the house.
That's
So, yeah, poor Copper. He's a good boy. All right, health and beauty gadgets are really popular. Any deals out there on that?
Yeah, the Silver Aura 3 ring is on sale at Amazon. It was $299, but now it's $249. I bought this Aura ring thinking it would show me what my aura and my chakras look like.
Yeah.
But it turns out this thing's just a really good sleep tracker.
Oh.
Yeah. Now, a beauty gadget that's really popular as a present, the Dyson Airwrap hairdryer. This thing normally costs $599, but it's $499 right now. And if you buy it through Rakuten, mind blown, you're going to get nearly $60 back in cash back.
You use one of those little hair wrap dryer.
Absolutely. All right, let's talk about the children. It is the holidays, of course. What about toys for the kiddos?
Yeah, we all need to get in touch with our inner child.
So true.
And so this nearly 600-piece Lego Jedi shuttle set was $79. Now it's just $45 at Walmart. And then this 110-piece set of magnetic tiles, whoa, it's so kaleidoscopic, man. It was $69, but now it's $35. Plus, you get another 10% off with an automatic coupon at Amazon. And that's awesome, right?
Kaleidoscopic, 100%. Clothing, a big purchase this time of year. You look like you might be wearing some clothes. Maybe you made yourself. I don't know, a thrift shop.
Yeah.
Any tips on deals?
Yeah, this tie-dye was a week-long project, and I wove the vest. It's macrame, or is it macrame? I don't know, whatever, dude. You know what? I'm going to throw the old microbus in park and show you some things. Now, listen, I prefer bell-bottoms, but a lot of the chicks these days, they want the tights. So Lululemon has the base pace tights on sale. They were $98, and now they're $69. I'm on the road here on my road trip still. And also, I'm going to tell you what, dude. I could not find any major deals on Birkenstock. So I asked the Gen Z granolas what they're into these days, and they showed me these far-out kicks called the Kookaburra by UGG, the beret slipper. They were $75. Now they're $55 at Amazon, dude. Yeah. I am grooving to these deals.
Love it. It's like Wayne's World meets Bill and Ted. I'm loving the whole thing, Becky. Nobody gives it their all like you do on Black Friday. We love it. Thank you so much. So good. Rebecca, over to you.
Wow, that was quite the trip. Yeah. Okay, we're going to go now to a GMA Health Alert. A new study that finds people who have erratic sleep habits may be increasing their risk of heart attack and stroke. And our medical correspondent, Dr. Darian Sutton, joins us now with the details. It's great to see you, Dr. Sutton. Happy day after Thanksgiving. This is not exactly the kind of thing you want to read about, unfortunately. Break it down for us.
Unfortunately, it's not, but it's important information for those who might get the right amount of sleep but might be having irregular times when they fall asleep and when they wake up. We're talking about falling asleep at 7 p.m. one night, 10 p.m. the next night, and then waking up with different times as well. So this study followed over 70,000 people using activity monitors and wearable technology, following their sleep patterns and then following them up later on in life. And it found that those who had irregular sleep patterns had upwards of a 26% increased risk of heart failure, heart attack, and stroke. Now, this is just showing an association, but Rebecca, we have more and more evidence that shows that when we don't get sleep, it impairs our body's ability to heal, which can then lead to risk.
Which just makes me feel like it's really tough to be a mom, because as a mom, you don't necessarily get the regular sleep. How much sleep should you be getting?
You know, generally, we should all be aiming for more than 7 hours of sleep. As we get older, you want to inch up toward that 8 hours. But what's more important here from this study especially is that you want to be consistent. That means that when you go to sleep and when you wake up, you want to keep it within the same hour. When you start deviating from that, that's when we start getting these risks. And to belabor the point, even for those who got the right amount of hours hours, when they were irregular, that risk still persisted. So it's just a reminder that consistency is just as important, if not the same as important, or as the amount of time we sleep.
So consistency. So if you were consistently getting a little less, that might actually be okay if you kept the same routine.
Exactly. That's what we're trying to get to. You want to keep your routine the same. And I just want to go and talk about some of the basic things we all can do to improve our sleep quality. Number one, making sure that you maintain that sleep schedule. You want to get a bedtime. It's for us adults as well. And you want to limit caffeine and exercise and physical activity. And just as a reminder, this kind of work on sleep, for me, Rebecca, has taken weeks, if not months, to get better at. It's just like an exercise. You got to keep at it.
Dr. Sutton, thanks so much.
Of course.
Appreciate it. Sam, you do it all. Go for the pop.
I have the best cheering section on the planet right here. So pop news is going to be amazing. Here we go. You know, I think it's going to be a long, long time until touchdown brings me around again to find. We begin this morning, that's right, with the Rocket Man himself, Sir Elton John. His new documentary called Never Too Late comes out in exactly 2 weeks. And this morning, we have an exclusive new clip about how Elton John actually became Elton John. Check it out.
All I cared about was playing.
When you changed your name, did that change you?
Yes, without question. Kind of shedding my skin. It made me feel as if I could make it. And Reg was never going to make it. Here he is, Reg Dwight. Like, boring. But Elton John, that's different.
And you just got to throw the Hercules in there.
Yeah,
so this is going to be amazing because he's one of a kind. Never Too Late follows Sir Elton as he prepares for his final North American tour at Dodger Stadium. This was in 2022. Taking the time to reflect on the highs and lows of his extraordinary career. And he's honest. From his first Dodger Stadium performance back in 1975 to overcoming adversity, abuse, and addiction, eventually becoming the Grammy-winning superstar that we know him as today. Our Robin got a chance to sit down with him, and he tells her everything in this interview. The interview with Elton John will air right here on GMA on December 11th, and Elton John Never Too Late starts streaming December 13th on Disney+. But somebody got a sneak peek at it.
I got to see it with Elton John. He actually was there later on. It is so powerful, so emotional. So I can't wait for the audience to see that because it's an amazing story.
Wow, this is good stuff. All right, also in TV news this morning, let's get ready to head back to Wisteria Lane, shall we?
Nice.
I know you want to, with a twist. Desperate Housewives creator Mark Cherry, what a nice guy, has revealed that he's got a new idea for a future reboot of the Emmy-winning hit show. Cherry telling People magazine that after what he estimates is about 700,000 people asking him to return to the series, he's admitting that he would bring it back. But all the way back. We're talking about starting it in the 1960s, which would be fabulous. Cherry saying that the reason is because the character that he misses writing the most, believe it or not, is actually Wisteria Lane itself, adding that it was the most fun playground anyone could have in the history of television that ever has had. And so now fans are getting involved in a new franchise thanks to the series streaming right now on Hulu. So everybody gets a taste of it, and maybe we get a reboot?
Yeah. And that's one to binge right now.
For sure. And we've been some of the 700,000 asking him to bring it back.
Please, Mark, please bring it back. Please, Mark. All right, finally this morning, let's take some time for some penguin love, shall we? Pesto the Penguin has some competition for the hearts and minds of the internet because take a look, ladies and gentlemen, at Periwinkle the Penguin. Just made his debut at the Metro Park Zoo in Tacoma. See the little limp there? Everybody loves him because Periwinkle is 5 months old and was born with some health issues. So now he's had 2 surgeries to repair ligaments in his leg, and he needs to wear this boot around his enclosure at the zoo, and people are just falling for this. He credits his determination to thrive as one of the reasons he's gone viral online. Such a humble penguin. But that doesn't mean the internet has forgotten about Pesto. Now, you remember Pesto, right? Pesto's a little bit chubby, but gorgeous, a little furry. So we've got an update for fans. The 50-pound baby penguin is now growing his adult coat at the Sea Life Melbourne Aquarium, which morphed from looking like a winter vest, kind of. It was very chic when you start to lose it. Right, Game of Thrones, exactly right. And now it looks like it's got some Elvis sideburns to it, like kind of running down the side. You get a little Elvis look there. So, ladies and gentlemen, in honor of the penguins, we salute our adorable penguins. But you don't have to choose one. You can love both.
You can love both. Oh, Periwinkle, how cute.
I was expecting a green penguin, though, with the name like Pesto. I'm not going to lie.
I don't know how Pesto got the name Pesto, but you did it, Internet.
Who knows?
There you go.
Thank you, Sam. That was so much fun. All right, and in honor of Native American Heritage Month, we are highlighting a new true crime docuseries about an American hero, Annie Mae Aquash, mother, teacher, revolutionary, fighting for indigenous rights, whose mysterious death in 1975, it went unsolved for almost 30 years. Take a look at this.
The American Indian movement is very, very serious.
Annie Mae Aquash, a powerhouse voice for equality for Native Americans.
Annie Mae was kind of like the big sister. She taught us how to not take no for an answer.
In the new documentary series, Vow of Silence, the assassination of Annie Mae, filmmakers sharing the life of the activist before she was killed in 1975.
It was carrying a responsibility. You know, for me, it's this isn't about me as a director. I feel like this story belongs to the people. This story belongs to our ancestors. It belongs to all of our indigenous people who fought so hard for our rights.
Her part in stealing top-secret documents during the 1972 takeover at the Bureau of Indian Affairs in Washington, D.C., made her a suspect for the FBI, but led members of AIM, the American Indian Movement, an organization fighting for Native American civil rights, to grow suspicious of Annie Mae.
The FBI called me and told me that she had died of exposure.
For some reason, they started to think that maybe she could also be an informant. And this was a rumor that was going around, you know, within the community. There were times that she was arrested and then was suddenly let out.
Annie Mae's daughter, Denise Pictou Maloney, says she, along with her sister, learned the true nature of their mother's death at a Scholastic book fair.
I told the librarian this is our mom, and she said she was going to order the book for us. That book was the first time I learned that my mother had been executed.
The experience of speaking with Denise and her family, again, who fought for seeking justice for over 30 years, was heartbreaking, and it was profound.
An investigation decades later led to the arrest of 3 members of AIM who have all been held accountable for their part in the murder of Annie Mae Aquash.
She was a leader, she was a teacher, she was a revolutionary in her own right, and her story will always be in our hearts. We do hope that this story serves as a way to heal in our communities.
Boy, and I was watching the trailer for this. It just looks so good. All episodes of Vow of Silence, the assassination of Annie Mae, are streaming right now on Hulu. And coming up, Binge This, a holiday weekend game plan of movies to help you get in the Christmas spirit. Stick around, you're watching GMA.
That's a good idea.
Welcome back to GMA, live from Times Square.
Welcome back with Thanksgiving in the rearview mirror. It is officially the holiday season, so we're getting ready to get cozy this weekend with a very special Black Friday edition of
Yes.
Binge This.
That's
and
right.
you got it all.
We brought out the air horn just for Sam because he's going to Miami today.
Yeah.
He'll be at the Clevelanders
right.
tonight.
Playing the air horn.
With a Long Island. All right, that's right. This morning, got a double take on that. So we've got recommendations for what to watch as you all enjoy those leftovers. Let's get right to it here. So the first pick is for some festive fun. For fans of Ben Stiller, check out Nutcrackers, a new comedy where he plays a bachelor forced to return home to take care of his nephews. And of course, holiday hijinks ensue. Take a look.
You're not a real man.
I am yes, I'm a man.
A real man will kill the chicken for us.
Okay, guys.
You're a businessman. Go on you.
Okay.
Break the neck. Pluck it. Yeah, break its neck. Guts out. Cut its legs off. Pluck it. Cook it. Put it in a pot.
Those are the parts we could air on Morning Television, by the way.
I'm a big Ben Stiller fan.
Absolutely. For the holidays, can't go wrong. Nutcrackers is available to stream now on Hulu.
All right, Whit, so I always turn to you for the throwbacks.
Yes.
Right. So what you got? What you got for the throwbacks?
All about the throwbacks for you. We've got all sorts of stuff happening here. If you have a family, you know sometimes trouble agreeing on what to watch. We've got some ideas for a Christmas classic. And who doesn't love Home Alone, right?
Yep.
The beloved franchise starring Macaulay Culkin 34 years old this year. A hit for all ages and never gets old. So the films are streaming on Disney Plus, but if you're looking for a fun night out with some fellow filthy animals, you can catch a nostalgic night with Macaulay Culkin. This is a screening of the iconic movie, followed by a Q&A with the star. That's pretty cool, right?
Yeah.
It kicks off in Buffalo tomorrow and continues across the country through December 15th.
That is a winner, though. We watch this all the time with Isabel. She really
Home Alone
loves
2, by the way,
Yeah.
also fantastic.
Yeah, and I think it's great that you get that little extra at the end where you get a Q&A about the show as well. So I like to turn my big screen into a fireplace and cozy up with a, just a nice book. Pull on the turtleneck and the glasses with. I mean, who doesn't?
Exactly.
So, reader.
You already got the turtleneck on right there. Just need the fireplace. All right, so if you're looking for a great read this weekend, I've called in an expert for a recommendation here on Book Talk. Book Talk star Zai Rambles has a special holiday pick for our viewers. Take a look at this.
Good morning, America. I'm Zai Rumbles on social media. I hope you had a great Thanksgiving. My book recommendation to you is This Poison Heart. We have a chosen one. She can manipulate plants and she is super powerful, but she lives in the middle of New York City, so she can't really practice it until she inherits an old house out of nowhere and there is a curse. I hope you enjoyed this book recommendation and happy holidays. Make sure to rest.
Always have a good
curse.
Yeah.
And you've got some great sequels to it.
Everybody loves a good sequel, right, for the holidays. So a lot of our favorite stories are making a big return. Holiday weekends can make everyone a bit stir-crazy, right, around the house a little bit. So if you're looking to keep everyone busy, get out of the house, or stay in, you can watch or rewatch Moana before heading to the theaters to check out the much-anticipated sequel, Moana 2, this weekend. Plus, you know what this song means.
Circle. Yeah, I do.
Just let it play for a second. Well, we're sort of mixing Moana with the Circle of Life.
It's an interesting
It's a
combo.
mashup, right? That's all you need.
Moana.
So the latest in the Lion King saga, Mufasa, the Lion King, hits theaters on December 20th. But you can start prepping for the prequel by streaming the animated classic as well as a live-action 2019 remake. They're all available on Disney Plus. Just don't forget the tissues, especially Gio Benitez, who's been known to cry during animated movies.
Every time. Like in the same place all the time.
It's a good story.
Even the trailer. The Mufasa trailer.
Aspirin commercial.
No, the Mufasa trailer did make me cry. Okay, what about for music lovers, right? Because there's a new documentary, Martin Scorsese, like Beatles.
This is excellent.
This is pretty cool. So for rocking around the Christmas tree this time of year, check out Beatles 64. This new documentary from producer Martin Scorsese follows the Beatles as they travel to the U.S. for their now iconic performance at the Ed Sullivan Show, including I Want to Hold Your Hand. Remember this, guys?
When I say that something, I want to hold your hand.
I had the haircut.
That's right. Did you? Sam remembers it well.
Yeah, I do.
When I was a boy.
I was car parking at the Ed Sullivan
That's right,
Theater.
exactly. So the move gives an intimate look at the 14-day trip with rare footage and new interviews from fans, as well as two of the Fab Four. Paul and Ringo themselves are part of this. You can stream the whole thing on Disney Plus, and Sam's going to be sharing his thoughts, taking you down memory lane as well.
On a serious note,
True stories of a valet at Sullivan.
73 million people, most watched show ever, that Ed Sullivan Show
Amazing.
shoot. And I talked to Martin Scorsese about this last week. It's really, really well done. Really
dropper.
excellent. I had to do it.
Yeah.
Had to do it. It was a really fun
Marty
chat.
and I, we
Yeah.
were just
my good friend Marty.
Just hanging out.
Yeah.
Great watch. All right, thank you guys for bearing with me through that. Coming up, interior designer Vanessa De Leon is here with Black Friday deals to get you ready for gifting and entertaining this holiday season. Stay with us.
There's some fun stuff ahead. I can't wait to share all this. We're back with our GMA season of gifting in full swing, which means gifting, entertaining, and spending time with loved ones. And Black Friday is a great time to kind of pick up some home items, believe it or not, with some incredible deals dropping this morning. This segment is sponsored by Bed Bath & Beyond, and spokesperson interior designer Vanessa De Leon is here to walk us through it. So Vanessa, you think of holiday gifts for our loved ones on Black Friday, but it's also kind of a great time to pick up some items that you really needed for your home.
Absolutely. And today,
We think so much about shopping for others.
Yep.
But we need to shop for the home for the holidays.
I'm down with that.
Right? Do you do all the cooking in your home?
I don't do any cooking, but I do love home stuff and buy lots of it.
Okay, so let's start with this one.
Okay.
This Cuisinart is $149.95. It is absolutely amazing. It's a grill and air fryer. Pretty much it does everything. You could put it underneath your cabinet. It's small enough and compact. Or you could put this in a pantry. It works in versatile.
That does all that?
All that. And
All
more.
right.
It's basically your personal assistant.
All right, so let's talk about guests and holiday tables.
Yes, so I love a great
Look, that's
vintage
gorgeous.
vibe. So this is a set of 4. It's $79.99. It goes with a modern aesthetic with a little vintage vibe. That juxtaposition is perfect. Look how beautiful.
That is.
And they're dishwasher safe.
I've got it taped down so I don't break it, but it's beautiful.
Here,
I'll hold that one.
It's dishwasher safe. It is machine washer safe, it is dishwasher safe, and it is chip resistant.
That's
so you
fantastic.
Can use
And
it
it's pretty.
forever
It's got that really pretty holiday theme to it right now.
It has a vintage vibe, yeah.
All right, you want guests to be comfortable. Nothing better than a cozy
and
throw.
Cozy, yeah.
Yep.
So this, believe it or not, it's $19.99. Look at this, how soft. I wish you can
Super
feel
soft.
this on the TV.
And this is just right. Like, you know, some of them are too heavy, and you've already got the house nice and comfortable.
Yeah.
This is just right.
You could put this on a sofa. You could put this on a chair. Just imagine it culling up after the holidays.
Okay.
Like this.
I love it.
Right?
And the colors are great, too.
And these are all the colors.
Okay.
Okay.
All right, now walk me through this,
Okay,
because
so
this I didn't quite understand. Am I in here? Are the young people in here?
Why not? So this is an armchair for toddlers.
Okay.
My son is actually 6 years old, and he still loves this piece. It is wonderful. It's versatile. You bring this into any room. It has a slip cover. You can put this in the wash. It is
Really? You can
yes,
just throw this
absolutely.
thing in the wash.
Throw it in the
That's
wash.
great.
$49.99. My son is 6, and he still loves this piece. And by the way, my Yorkies love it too.
Yeah, I was going to say, it also,
How cute
when
is
the
it?
kids outgrow it, it's a dog bed
Right?
and a fantastic
Absolutely.
one. Now, this is what I wanted to show everybody, because
He was
I'm
so
already,
excited
I'm
about
already
this.
in love with this.
So, as you know, Darth Vader and Baby Yoda. May the Christmas force be with you, Sam. This is, is an absolute great piece for your lawn. But I mean, you could also put it in your house. Why
I
not,
would.
right?
I actually would.
This would
and
be good
around
for
the
your
tree,
guests when
it's
they
an
come
extra
in.
decoration because,
Absolutely.
you know, we're a little bit more modern now. It doesn't have
Right.
to be so traditional
Yep.
and so cookie cutter, right? It can be
Absolutely.
different, the things that you love.
Or you can flank this right in the door entrance when people are walking in. It's so cute.
All right, Vanessa, I love it. Thank you for walking me through
you.
all of that. I might just actually walk out the door with a throw and one of these if they don't stop me.
And these
you
are
can
$29.99.
$29.99,
Yep.
which is even better. You can find these Black Friday deals and more only at Bed Bath & Beyond's website. So go to Good Morning America's Facebook and Instagram pages to learn more.
And we are back now on GMA with Kylie Cantrall, the star of the 4th installment of the mega hit Descendants series, Descendants, The Rise of Red. And her character, Red, it's already getting into the Christmas spirit. Good morning, Kylie.
Good morning.
Yes,
Thank
welcome.
you guys for having me.
So I got to tell you, backstage, I was jamming out to your song, Red
No
Christmas.
way.
It's your new song, but you actually perform it as Red.
Yes.
What was that like?
Oh my gosh, so fun. It's actually funny because we filmed the music video for Red Christmas in August. So it was definitely, you know, Red Christmas, super hot in LA, slightly melting. So it was a funny way to spend the summer filming this music video. But it turned out so awesome and definitely got me in the Christmas spirit.
It definitely does. And speaking of Christmas, you brought your Red doll here. That is the hottest gift
I
of
bring
the
it
season.
everywhere I go, guys.
Why
It's
not?
just something I like to bring with me.
What is that like, though, to have a doll that is you?
It's surreal. Like, there's truly no words to encapsulate how incredible it is. But oh my gosh, I just feel like it's making my little 6-year-old self proud. And yeah, if she ever would have known that I would get my own doll one day, she would have been freaking out. So.
Well, speaking of
Huge
your
moment.
fans, I was telling you before, my 10-year-old daughter's a huge fan, and I was like, oh, yeah, I'm going to meet Red tomorrow. And she's like, oh, daughter of the Queen of Hearts. She had the whole thing. She knew the whole lore of the saga. You got a big treat for the fans coming up because you've got this tour, the Descendants Zombies Worlds Collides tour. Tell us about that. What can fans expect?
Yeah, so it's this just super fun mashup of these two franchises coming together for this spectacular night of music and dance and fun. And we're singing songs from all of the different Descendants movies and the Zombies movies in this whole new way. I think it'll be just a fun night for the fans to enjoy this collab.
Oh, that's so much fun. And you have so many fans. We actually have a viewer who's a fan and has a question for you. So let's take a look.
Hi, Kylie. My name is Natalie. I'm a huge fan. I was wondering which one you like more, acting on a set or performing on a stage in front of a crowd.
Wow, that's a good question.
Really good question.
That was a great question, Natalie. I would have to say performing on stage, which I'll definitely be able to do a lot of that next summer. So I'm looking forward to it.
Wow. And you have a music video out for your own song, Boy for a Day.
Yes.
Tell us about that.
Oh my gosh, so much fun. Well, yeah, I mean, it's just always been my dream to pursue music as well. And I've been doing it since I was a kid, writing songs in my bedroom and dancing and performing. So I just wanted to, give people this music video. Lots of dance, definitely a little 2000s nostalgic. So yeah.
You talked about just a minute ago being a kid, being a 6-year-old, looking at all of this. What would you tell that young kid who had these big dreams and wanted to be here where you're sitting right now? What advice would you give?
I would tell her to just continue on the path and to continue working hard and focusing and to just stay patient. I feel like I was always wanting everything to happen overnight.
Yeah.
But I think it is just such a process and a journey, but it's all about the journey.
And you had a little bit of a dream come true yesterday where you performed at the parade for the first time here in New York.
Oh my gosh, so sick. Like I was just texting with my grandma because she was like, that was the craziest moment. Like, you've made it. I love it. It does feel like that I made it moment because I've been watching the parade since I was a kid. Like, that's our family tradition. So getting to kind of be a part of that was really iconic for me. And
Give us
special.
the behind the scenes a little bit. What is it like from the performer's perspective? Like, the preparation, and it's a lot of standing and waving and smiling and singing,
my
right?
cheeks are hurting a little bit.
But you got to keep it going. You got to
Right,
keep the energy up.
got to keep the wave going. I was working on my presidential wave.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I was on the float for I feel like a good 2 hours, just seeing all the people. It was so cool how many people came out to support, even in the rain. It was raining yesterday, so it was cool seeing everyone cheering on and singing along. And then my performance, I got to come off of the Lego float and do a whole dance routine with my incredible dancers, and it was honestly magical, despite the rain. I feel like it added dramatic effect.
That's right. Yes, exactly.
Well, you are just so talented, but you're also such a wonderful person. So thank you for being here on GMA. We so
Congratulations on everything.
Congratulations. Absolutely. And you can catch Kylie on the Descendants, Zombies, Worlds Collide concert tour. That kicks off this summer in July in San Diego there, and tickets are on sale right now.
Thank you so much for watching.
Yeah, Gio and I will be back tomorrow. We'll see you on GMA Saturday. Bye, everybody.
Great day.